Hey everybody, it's Courtney and Daniel here. We're here to do a video about California, about what's going on with John Cox and who you should vote for, which is John Cox.
Yes. So we wanted to kind of go over why we're pro John Cox in a climate where a lot of maybe our other Republican brothers and sisters might not be too sure. So we wanted to reassure and just go over some of the things that we need to be focusing on. For instance, for us, we've made it very well known that we are pro-lifers. We are totally anti-abortion. And we found out that John Cox was anti-abortion prior to the primaries. And we found out that he had a really good, strong stance on it, and that he just flat out called abortion murder. He said it was a murderous act, should be completely outlawed, and we liked that hard line that he drew. And you want to go into why?
Well, because it's completely wrong for abortion, period. So it's a good thing that he's for being against abortion, and definitely I think that more black people should be getting behind that, because a lot of the abortion things is the clinics, like Planned Parenthood is in not clinics, but Planned Parenthood facilities are in the black neighborhoods and some of the poorer neighborhoods. And we need somebody in there that's going to do the right thing, and we definitely don't need Gavin Newsom in there, who is basically communist and a socialist. And that's bad to be one for taking away our gun rights. That shouldn't be done. They'll show you all the stories of people shooting up and doing something, and a lot of times they'll show you the stories of people shooting up and trying to shoot up stuff and getting stopped by somebody else that legally had a gun. So if Gavin Newsom gets in there, we're gonna have sanctuary cities, which is horrible. And
yeah, we've already been declared a sanctuary state by the failed politics and failed policies of Jerry Brown right now.
Yeah, and how could you want somebody in there that basically will overturn the people's vote? I mean, if the people voted that we didn't want gay marriage, and then Gavin Newsom went and just declared we're just going to have gay marriage in San Francisco and California and stuff, and that's, you don't want a governor, you don't want somebody like that. That's, right. And that's against God. Abortion and murder is against God, and killing a baby, that's murder. The baby is innocent.
Right. And one of the things that was really appealing to us also is that he's a businessman. And we've seen it with our national economy. We've seen the difference in having someone with Republican views that's willing to go through and get rid of those ridiculous regulations and things that have been set up to hinder business, to hinder growth, economical growth. California is considered one of the wealthiest states in the United States of America. We have there are only a few people that are in that bracket that are, truly wealthy compared to our cost of living and everything. And one of the things that we need is job growth. We really do. We need those businesses to be incentivized to come here and to thrive here and to expand here in California. And with him being a businessman, that felt very comforting to us in particular, knowing that he's going to bring some of the things that we're watching work and help us to enjoy a wonderful economy under President Trump.
And what we don't need is gas tax, which he's against. The gas tax where they basically took billions of dollars.
$52 billion is what the gas tax is.
Yeah, and what they do is they'll have some people fixing some of the roads and out doing stuff, and they'll have something saying, "Oh, look, this is for your gas tax," and then that's a mind game. So we see that, and then we're like, "Oh yeah, so they are at least using the money," but really they're not, because it doesn't take $1 million to fix this one road right here. So
or the little overpass we saw,
and they're not even fixing a lot of the major damage and potholes and all kind of stuff that's wrong. And where do you think this money goes? They really just they funnel this money. The Democrats, a lot of the Democrats and liberals, they live in nice fancy houses. If you look at it, they have way more money than the Republicans most of the time. Even if a Republican is wealthy, they have money that they're funneling in. The Democrats have money that they're funneling in and enriching themselves. And in the neighborhoods and districts and counties and parishes or whatever that they'll be over, will be poorer than the conservative ones. If you look at it, that's really how it is. And we have to break out of that.
Yeah, and one of the things is that he spoke out and he said that we need to do an independent audit. There needs to be an independent auditor of Caltrans to look at where all of these dollars are coming from. I mean, the monies that they're making just on the cost of being able to go across a bridge right now are ridiculous. Caltrans right now, you know, if you look at it, you can go to Transparent California and you can look at some of the salaries and stuff of these bigwigs, and it's just ridiculous. And I feel like they're just trying to figure out more ways to get more money out of us. And then also another thing that he said is that he wanted to have the politicians, he really championed this and he was really serious about it. Politicians wear shirts almost like a NASCAR showing where are they getting their big dollars from. Is Caltrans funding, or people that are affiliated with Caltrans and big business like this, are they funding some of these campaigns? Are they the ones giving money to your Gavin Newsoms, your Pelosi's and them folks, their Feinsteins, folks that they love, that they're, you know, they're obviously in their back pockets, you know? So that was another thing that was appealing to me. And then we are really strong on our border. You know, we really want our border protected. We have a whole lot of friends in the Hispanic community, immigrants. We have friends from Africa. We have friends from all over. We're here in California. We are truly the epitome of what a melting pot is. But they come here legally, and those that come here legally have a lot of pride in our country and in our state. You know, our state is beautiful. There's nowhere else like California, from the coast to the Golden Hills. Just everything that we have is just beautiful, and so they love it. And they even, you know, I've talked to a lot of them, they even are appalled at the idea of just having our borders open and loose. And I saw some friends on Facebook that were expressing disappointment that they didn't feel that he was as forceful as they wanted him to be. He's running for governor of California, where there are people that have a misunderstanding. Things haven't been explained to them all the way, like an understanding that I might have, or you know, fellow Republicans might have, of dealing with a large Latino base that has been, you know, misinformed. They've got a lot of misinformation. And so he, you know, did pretty much what President Trump has said and said, take it to Congress. They need to sit at the table. They need to discuss, you know, what they can do to fix our immigration problem, because it is an issue. And for me, that's a great enough answer, because it falls right back on them, no matter how they try to put it on President Trump, because he's just doing his job and keeping his promises.
And you know, part of being informed is we need to stick together and we need to be communicating and discussing things. And so that's why we ask for people to join our channel. You know, this channel isn't just about us, it's about a group of conservatives, not just California, but here in California and abroad, as conservatives and as Christians. Also, we need to just come together and we need to make sure things are done correctly and not done the wrong way. And we need to be communicating and basically make sure everyone's informed, because the Latino community, won't be informed, and in the Black community and even the white community, you know, there's people that are mixed up on facts. And we need to work together and get California back, because, you know, it's important. It's a lot of things that's important here that we stand for that are being taken away from us. I mean, they want to tax you on your water. They want to tax you on the water that's caught from the rain. Yeah. So you gotta think about this. And they want to control your way your kids are schooled and what they're taught and all this. And so it's time to fight back. And, you know, back in the 2016 election, I was one of the first people. I see people that have huge, large groups now that I was telling, hey, we can take California. And some of them didn't believe it, and their friends were like, nah, you can't do it. I said, next year we're going to take California, because I was riding around. Me and my wife would be riding around, and we'll see the signs. And I saw me, and my wife was like, well, I don't know. And then I was like, no. I said, look at this. We can win this. All these areas are really conservative. I was looking at the people there, and then I was thinking the bigger areas are like San Francisco and Oakland that have more people, and LA and stuff. They'll be, a lot of them are Democrats. But even like in Sacramento, there's a lot of conservatives there. You would think it's just Democrats. It's conservative. You get to Napa, all these areas, and so really, and we can take California. So what their message is to push on you that we can't take California, but I'm telling you that we can. And I was right about Trump. I was right about John Cox. I was for John Cox and decided to be for John Cox before Trump even endorsed him, when a lot of people were saying Travis Island, and I try to go with what the Spirit tells me. And when I go with that, I've been right. Like, I knew that Trump was going to win. People will be discouraged. Some of my friends, you guys might remember this, on Facebook, like, they'll be putting out these stories, and I'll be like, no, I'll do my own fact checking and look at it and dig into it. And it wouldn't be that. I'll look at a video that I just watched, and then we'll watch it again, and it'll be false. So, it wouldn't be what they were trying to say Trump said, or how he said it, or what they, how they were interpreting it to you. So we need to really just, we need to fight back. And this is the time to do that. And you have to, right now, if you're watching this video right now, hit the bell, like it, subscribe, and join us, comment in the section, start a discussion. We need to fire it up. We need to make this big. And as Black Christian and conservatives, I feel like I have a really high obligation and responsibility, and we'll have a really high influence the more that we're getting people behind us to be able to inform people. Because when they see Black people doing this, because in the Christian community, the Black Christian community, a lot of them will be Democrats, and they think they're doing the right thing, because that's what Democrats do, is they play on your heart and your emotion. They try to use your word to, they try to use the word to confuse you and to play on that, and so, and there's no way around it. When you talk to, in the Black community, you talk to them, and you look at the word, it's not going to match up with the side on the left. It's not going to match up with abortion. It's not going to match up with homosexuality. In the Bible, it's the word, and we'll do another video on that, not right now, but another video on that, and it doesn't line up. There's no way that you're going to be a Christian and be a liberal. It's not going to match up. There's no way to do it. There's no way God is going to be with killing babies and homosexuality, period. No way around it. So, we need to win
unjust taxing.
Yeah, and we need and we need to reach that, because that block of the Black people in the church is a huge block that's going to make sure that we win California. So we need you guys to show the support.
And I wanted to add too, I just want to throw a challenge out there, because during the time of the election of President Trump, Daniel and I we were on our job. We were on our JO. We were out trying to convert people, educate people, and we were very successful in getting people. We even brought a few people that we had conversations with to debate watch parties with us. They got to meet other Republican folks that were like-minded with us, and they got to interact and see what kind of people we really are, that we're Christian folks, we love God, we love our country. And so I would want to put a challenge out there that if you are already a Republican, you're here in California, get out there and try to convert someone. Get out there and talk to them. Just let them know, especially if you're in the Black community, let them know personally, one-on-one, what the state means to you and what this election means to you, and that their voice is important. Because I guarantee you there's going to be other folks out there with the voice. And I'm a strategic kind of person. Daniel's a strategic kind of person. We were looking at the map of the electorate after the primaries, And we noticed that most of California is red. You know, just like my husband had said, he had been saying it for a long time. And just like he had said about the election of President Trump.
They suppress the vote by telling you can't win. And so a lot of the conservatives just don't vote because they be like, well, it's no reason, but it is.
Right.
You know, we need to vote and we need to do that. We need to wrap this up, though.
Okay. Yeah. So anyway, I'm just going to throw that challenge out there. Get out there, convert someone. Support them all the way through into November at the polls. I was texting during the primaries. This is who you vote for this. This is who you vote for that. It's, you know, I was being asked and stuff. So just get out there and do it. It works, I promise you. And God bless you guys. We'll be putting out more content. We'll be going over a few other things. So God bless. Like, share, subscribe.